All right.
I sent out an email about, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago to a group, a constellation of, what I would call evolutionary change agents, new paradigm pioneers, who I've been connecting with for the last few years, really kind of the leading edge of people who are stewarding this shift. And I wrote an email saying, okay, this is it. Standing Rock is going down. Our brothers and sisters, they're not in a good space there. We really need to support. We really need to activate. And it's not just Standing Rock. It's Syria. It's all over the world. And so really just, pulling in activation strategies. And the activation strategy that I'm coming up with is basically calling out all of these evolutionary change agents by name, and connecting that to direct actions that they can take in terms of how can we come into alignment, and how can we start to effectively co-create, and how can we co-create the conditions through which we can actually co-create more effectively as individuals and as a collective. So that's what I'm working on. And like I said, I want to connect it to your launch, to your platform specifically, because your platform is everything that I've been dreaming of for United Earth, but haven't been able to manifest because I'm being too busy running around doing other things. So I am so happy and honored to be with all of you amazing people who are creating this. And, Dakota, I already showed my respect, definitely. And so really creating a video that calls out all of these change agents and connects them to practical steps. Let me see. I sent the email just now to Dakota, and I also sent you a copy, Nika. The subject line is "Heads Up, Global Shifter. You are about to appear in a video that will go viral on Facebook." And that's kind of, it's coming from, the fact that there's a lot of money, at least there's a lot of prosperous people who want to invest in the shift. And for many of us, that's kind of like a major barrier right now. So how can we help unleash this abundance? How can we facilitate that process? Obviously through unity. But then there's the vision. I'll read it out. On January 2nd, we will release a video on Facebook calling out and inviting 60 plus new paradigm pioneers to join forces and genius to add your voices to an open critical mass activation experiment or exploration. The call will be for you to affirm and make visible by answering yes in the comments to each of these intentions and actions listed below. So first intention, your intention and commitment to serve the planetary transition into a global culture of peace, ecological regeneration, equality, freedom, transparency, co-creation, sharing, and abundance for all. Now, obviously, this wording is totally open for editing and co-creations, but I'll just go on. This is just a first draft. So number 2 is to affirm and make visible your support of the open invitation to all philanthropists and billionaires looking to invest in our impending global transformation into a new humanity. Number 3, to show your resonance with the intention to co-create and participate in a synergistic co-creation quest. So that's kind of what I'm imagining will help create the conditions for us to really start to synergize and synthesize all of these different projects and blueprints that are coming together now. The vision that I started working on was, well, we need a more long-term space where we can actually come together as a collective and really start to co-create in person. We organized this event, a month-long event. Yep. So that was called I called it the game, and the game. Manifestation and replicate and spread around the world, where people can actually come together in spaces to physically support this shift and to the planetary network. So that's kind of what I'm envisioning, what I'm inviting funding for in the immediate, in the now, is funding for us to go into an experiment of a 9-month synergistic co-creation quest that brings together all of the leading paradigm, new paradigm evolutionaries into a space where we can really just be together in the optimal conditions. I'm seeing some kind of resort in Bali or Hawaii or somewhere where we're comfortable, where we have all the tools and internet connection and just networks and healers and musicians and celebration and medicine and everything we need to just operate at full capacity. And the idea is that this first, what I'm calling the SCQ, Synergistic Co-Creation Quest, will spawn many others around the world. It's not just one event. It's going to be like a global kind of, fractal explosion of sorts as I see it. And so this is kind of one proposal that I'm putting forward, is how we can really start to create the conditions so that we can start to really synergize effectively. And number 4 in the list is your intention to sign up with the Awakening Sovereignty Collective as our common meeting ground for communication, co-creation, and coordination. ASC already have the systems and networks in place for us to move into immediate collaboration, and have partnered with multiple leading transition platforms like One Community Global, COEO, the Community Connector, the Time Republic, and the Conscious Media Coalition. Number 5, your intention to support the Conscious Media Coalition in their mission to provide us with truthful and relevant information, and to address Facebook's fake news antics, and to join United Earth and the Synergistic Co-Creation Quest to co-create a planetary positive news, publicity, education campaign that highlights our abundant wealth of solutions, innovations, and new social systems. Okay, I'm sorry, just slow me down if I'm moving too fast. Huh? You with me?
Perfect tempo, yes.
Okay. So we're nearly there. Number 6, to make visible your intention to sign up with COEO as our new geosocial networking platform, which could also serve as our communications hub if FB really starts to go totalitarian. So, which is kind of what is already happening, and COEO really seems like, I've just been checking it out because of you guys and just blown away. Also, I was pointed to it looks amazing. So yeah, and then the email is kind of just like activating people, inviting co-creation, if people want to be on the list or not, and yeah, just inviting feedback and everyone to play.
Yes, so my brother, you got it. Yeah, everything you said is something that I also believe in and have the same exact intentions and more or less the same plan. So good to meet you and know you and see that you're carrying this part of the thing out. Full support. A couple questions. So you talked about it being a viral video. We have some technology that we could use to, for everyone who signs up, they can send the video to every single one of their friends on Facebook automatically. So that could, I did a little math on that, and if 0.1% of people choose to propagate the message, it will hit 100 million people.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, yeah. And there was one particular video of Standing Rock, of some woman sitting in a chair talking about Standing Rock, that I believe went to over 10 million. So if we hit the world with something way better and cooler than someone sitting in a car talking, I think we will very easily be able to bring this message to mass consciousness.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
I've been hearing you. I've been watching the videos of your conversations and hearing you, like, you telling where you're operating at 1% of the capacity, and I'm like, yeah, bring it on. Can't wait to unleash the beast.
Yeah, we just need a really strong foundation before we do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're building that every day here, really strengthening our tutorials and the mentorship intake program and our organization and all of the systems that go into what we intend to be a system that can incorporate 1 billion humans. That's what we've scaled this to theoretically. Now we're working on the literal practice of that.
Cool. So that's definitely one thing I want to check in with you about timing, timing wise for releasing this letter that I just sent to you and Justin, and also the video itself, that we really just sync it optimally for what suits your needs as well.
Cool. I'm thinking maybe like 3 major steps. So first step, which we can start immediately, is send out that email to the key players. We're ready to receive key players right now. They can start playing today. They can start playing in the next minute if they decide. Mm-hmm. Now with the key players, let's get all of our key players in the video that we want to viralize out.
Yeah.
And then let's viralize that out, and that'll be like step 2. And that we would do after our launch on the 6th. Is when I would like to do that. Let's get online first, so everyone who's receiving the video has a really cool, fun experience to have if they choose to sign on and say yes. And then the third step, I think, is we take all that momentum we just built from gathering all those people, we let it like consolidate, we like grow for a little bit, and then I would like to see that same concept done with multiple kinds of videos. So let's make a video that appeals to the technology revolutionists. Let's make a video that appeals to the at-home mom yoga type people, still 1 foot in corporate, 1 foot in consciousness. Let's make a video for the permaculture people. Let's make a video that specifically appeals to investors, right? So I've identified 7 subcultures within the new paradigm revolutionary movement. I'd like to make a video specifically geared to each one. And then we'll maximize pumping that out. And we have the technology to put these videos in front of pretty much every English-speaking user on the internet, if people choose to say yes to it. And if we make it yummy enough, they will.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. We really need to look into at least Spanish translation. That's important, I think. But yeah, also this is something that I want to add to the list, and the list that I've created of the global players. I would love for us to just try and reach out into Africa and Asia a bit more in that field as well, so that can be represented as well, especially also South and Central America.
Absolutely.
It's very European at the moment, right?
And North American, yes. That's the base. There are 5 languages where if we produce translations in those 5 languages, a little over 80% of every living human will be able to understand it. And then that 80% will translate for the rest. So,
yeah.
I just wanted to mention that currently I'm actually talking to somebody in Morocco. Like, that could be helpful.
Yeah, Arabic for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, nice one. Cool. What else have you got?
You fuzzed out there, Ian. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, I was just asking what else you got. It sounded like you had a list.
That was the list pretty much. Gotten pretty concise with it. Actually doing all of that will take a lot more. And there's just like a ton of infrastructure that needs building right now. So as far as like what the ASC is doing to like make this real, we've got 100 agenda items or more easily. And we could use lots of high level help. We can also just get it all done ourselves, but the more help we have, the faster and better, smoother it gets. So I guess the focus is just like, let's reach out to the key players. Let's start activating together, proving all these things work, expanding on them as we prepare to do this massive viral launch.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Wicked. So yeah, any kind of support your network can provide with video production, writing, whatever. It's kind of like, I think the storyboard for the video is pretty much ready. We've already got various networks gather the whole systems funder that we're going to be sending to all the philanthropists who are interested in funding the shift. So it would be great to have support with that. Other than that, all good, man. All in flow, and just so good to make the connection finally. It's like we're kind of like hitting each other as we're kind of like boom about to hit the exponential acceleration curve.
Yes, very exciting. Great to talk with you, Jan. I've heard of you for a long time and appreciate all of the work you do deeply. I'm glad that you're here and choosing to play with us.
Thank you. It's an honor. Beautiful. Perfect time.
So you're talking about a video help. Can I show you like a little mock video our graphic design team did?
Please.
So this is just very basic, but so that's what our team is capable of.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Cool. Very good. Beautiful. So yeah, so I guess, but at the same time, I guess most of your team is totally involved with the 6th of Jan launch and preparing all for that. So, I've got one video guy at the Synergy Hub who, the video that I'm thinking about is really very simple text, scrolling text, it's really just calling out the global players. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, but the message and the call to action needs to be clear. And then the follow-up links and how people can then start to engage.
Yep.
Yeah.
So right now we're working on, there's this really cool teaching website that if you don't know about it, you should. I'm not remembering the name right now, but I'll link you to it. It's they're giving away college degrees for $1,000, and there's a whole bunch of free courses, and you can make free courses on it, or you can make courses that you charge for. Mm-hmm. Really cool resource. These guys are doing like education the best I've ever seen. Anyway, we're making classes on there to like help people onboard into the ASC. And so that will be the action point, is just like go take a free course and learn about all the ways you can play, because just figuring that out is its own thing, because there's 100 different things or more you could do. And we're just like systematically breaking it down into a fun, interactive, graphically stimulating, spiritually like enlightening course that at the end of it, you figure out like where you can do what you love the most in a way that is also benefiting you directly, your family, and the planet. And that'll be live very soon here. So way cool. If you have time, Jan, I would like to walk you through our mentorship program, so you kind of like get a feel for it all and understand what it is that we're inviting people to participate in on a deeper level.
Cool. Yeah, I checked the video on that a little bit, and I was also just on the previous call with Nika and the group. But I'd love to have a one-on-one with you and just have some questions as well around that, especially in terms of now that we're contacting, if we're going to be contacting like kind of the project leaders, the global players, and I did notice there was that option on your participation form. If you're already a project leader, then then that's an important one. But it would be interesting to just kind of keep that in mind in terms of, okay, what kind of fast track co-creative activation can we streamline for the global players who are already like fully
super activated.
Yes,
we're gonna focus on that course after we do the one for basic kind of stuff. But I'm thinking we can turn about a 20-minute experience for everyone. Just like no matter who you are, we'll have a specific 20-minute experience for investors, for project leaders, for new people. That will really be a lot of fun. And I'd like actually to work with you, Jan, to make that. Let's talk more about that. I'm going to send you some materials after this call, and then we can follow up and do a video conference one-on-one about those materials if you'd like.
Great. Yeah, I'm in, man. I'm totally in with you guys. I'm just loving what you're doing, and I'm there. I'm so happy to find you.
Likewise, my brother. So good. Been calling for you. So thanks for hearing and answering that prayer.
Divine timing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Jan. Good to see you.
Cool. So you want to stay on this call with me, Dakota, and go through the mentoring a little bit, or you want to send me that stuff first?
We're going to have you read a little bit of stuff. We'll do a little texting, and then we can pick this up in like an hour or something.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I've got to have some family time as well here.
Totally. We don't need to do it today if need be. We can pick it up at another time. But
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, send me the reading material and I'll see if I can get into that, and then we can always schedule later in the day for you.
Absolutely.
Nice.
All right, Jan. Good to see you. Thanks for sharing. Look forward to all the things we're going to create.
Just thought I'd drop in and say hi, Jan.
Hey, JJ. Nice one, brother.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Just want to say hi. Sorry I came so late.
No worries. I believe it's recorded.
Yep, we're gonna upload it to the project leader chat after this, so we'll be able to read it. All right, party people.
Okay, looking forward to connecting with you two as well, Nika and Chris. I'm sure time will come. Blessings.
No doubt, baby.
Game on. Cheers.